Hi there, it's Adam bringing you another video to the channel. This is going to be update number 2 in the new UK Model Airport 2021-22 series. So this update is going to be a continuation, like direct continuation from the first update. This is how each update will pan out other than when we transition to the next day. So the first update was focused on around about 6 AM. This update is focused more towards 8 AM, maybe just slightly after, about 10 past 8 or so to be more exact. But yeah, so there will be some models that feature in the last update. Obviously, depending on their turnaround time, that they will feature again, which we'll probably highlight as we go through the update. I do want to say a big appreciation for the big reception received on the first video. Certainly the amount of likes, anybody that commented, obviously general people on my view, who might not have liked the video itself or whatever. It's a big it's noticeable, and appreciate the sort of enthusiasm that's still there for these kind of videos. I think without that, it's something that kind of pushes you on to think actually, people are really interested still. Obviously it's been a while since I've done these kind of videos, but yeah, it's good to see, and yeah, appreciate the any feedback I've been given so far. So yeah, without further ado, got the flight information sort of set up on my phone, so it makes it easier for me to read rather than last time. So I've kind of done that. So we'll get into the actual update itself. So start off kind of similar as we did last time on this left side. If you zoom in, got the Aer Lingus A321neo, registration Golf Echo India Romeo Hotel. This is quite a long turnaround, doesn't depart until after midday on the New York JFK run. This is pretty much the only route this aircraft does to and from New York each day. We have these British Airways A320neo Golf Tango November Alpha, operating as BA 1382. Arrived from Heathrow, and of course we'll be heading back out to Heathrow as well. Before that we have this Aer Lingus A320, registration Echo India Charlie Victor Alpha, and this is doing the run from and to Dublin, which will be more on the departure side, as EI 203. Taxiing in, we have this Wizz Air A321neo, registration Hotel Alpha Lima Victor Charlie. This is arriving from Warsaw. And then if you beyond that on pushback, pushing back from the stand that the Wizz is actually entering at the moment, we have this Ryanair 737-800 departing to Athens, registration Echo India Echo Victor India. This was one of the later departures of the morning in terms of the based aircraft. Most of the others departing around about, as mentioned, kind of 6 o'clock-ish in the morning or around about that time, and then this one's a little bit later at around 8 o'clock departure. Operating as FR7805 on pushback there. Then pan across, we have these two TUI Dreamliners. So first of all, we've got the TUI 787-9 Golf Tango Uniform India Juliet. This is operating as BY192, and this will be heading out to Cancun in Mexico. And then in the foreground there, sister aircraft with this TUI 787-9 again, registration Golf Tango Uniform India Mike. This is more of an arrival, which actually arrived from Cancun as BY143. Pretty cool that, obviously looking at schedules, you know, one aircraft going out there and then one aircraft just literally coming back from the same place, which I find, I found that quite interesting. So beyond that, we have this Asiana Cargo 747-400. Technically this did feature arriving in a sense, but wasn't actually featured in the last video. The stands I have on this layout, by the way, are not kind of limited to what you see only. So there is like an overspill in the sense of imagination to accommodate for other aircraft that cannot necessarily be fitted on this concept that you see, which then allows for more movements in terms of, you know, taxiing past and in and out and stuff like that. But yeah, it's Asiana Cargo 747-400, operating as OZ793. Believe around from Almaty and is heading out for departure to Frankfurt as OZ793. Registration Hotel Lima 7413. Then obviously last time we saw the Southern Air, which is like a long overstay, pretty much all day. So you will be seeing this aircraft pretty much in every single update for Monday, because it doesn't depart until like after 2300 hours, as I mentioned probably in the first video. And then next start we have another cargo movement. These are all scheduled, by the way. The cargo, like pretty much every movement you see here is scheduled, even the cargo. This is a scheduled movement for the Qatar Airways cargo, Boeing 777-200. Alpha 7 Bravo Foxtrot Golf is registration. Operating as QR 8444 from Doha. But yeah, and that obviously concludes the video. I do apologise about the model boxes in the background there. But yeah, that is update number 2. As I mentioned, you know, start of the video, it's continuation. It's kind of like a, in my eyes, the way I see it, like an evolving kind of story through each day. To give you a bit of a future idea as well, we've got an update based on a 10 o'clock time zone, so another 2 hours later. The update after that will be around about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. There is potentially another update at 2 o'clock, which some movements might kind of, it's kind of like a part 1, part 2, but I'm just going to do it as separate updates, where some, like maybe half the movements might coincide with both kind of updates, and then update, so yeah, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, update around more about 5:30 to be specific, and then the other update after that is probably going to be more towards 1940 on a Monday, and then that's when we'll transition to Tuesday. And there is potential for another update after that time, but I think it's probably best to focus on that on another day, just because of the long stay of the Southern Air, which kind of limits the other movements to actually feature at that time. So Monday, fortunately, is the only day where the Southern Air stays in for as long as it does, which allows, like I said, the other days to be more kind of rotational for other cargo movements, as you can imagine, late in the late evening. Of course, in the sense of timing, we haven't got no, you know, daytime, nighttime situation going on. Again, it's all just kind of in the imagination and just to rotate the movements and accommodate in the best way possible. But yeah, again, it's update number 2. Hopefully you've enjoyed this as much as you did update number 1. If you've got any feedback, any kind of thing you want to highlight or anything, any suggestions maybe for future videos, let me know. But again, sort of coming back and doing this, I appreciate the support, should I say, and hopefully keep this going.